Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Number by Number podcast. Today is Tuesday, February 26th, 2026. This is episode 74, and we're going to be talking about news number 15. So, I'm going to start with talking about my past couple weeks. So, for the past couple weeks, especially on the couple weeks before, I remember doing I've been working as always. And I believe not this past Friday, but the last Friday, Janara and I went to see a movie. I forgot the name of the movie, but it was worthwhile watching the movie. Then I worked Saturday, and then last week I worked again. And this past Saturday, I remember being invited to a birthday party, one of Donato's birthday party, and along there I went with Carl, Evan, Juju, and a person named Janelle's friend Nick. And at the same time, when we arrived in the studio, we got the opportunity to meet Janelle's aunt and uncle and his cousins. And we spent at least 2-3 hours painting, and we had lunch together, and we even celebrated his birthday party over there. And then Sunday, there was a huge snowstorm. So, but I went out to eat, and then by the time I got home, it started snowing. And I remember I felt like it wasn't really too safe to go out. And I spent several days shoveling mainly my driveway. It's just too much. Hopefully this is the last snowstorm of the season. But I think there was a ban yesterday, I heard, in Bristol County. No one was allowed to travel in that county and the surrounding counties there. And anyone who got caught driving during the snowstorm would be faced a $500 fine. It was definitely a treacherous weather and for anybody to drive through. And I definitely want to say thanks to the National Guard for doing their part in assisting the snow removals on roads and also helping out with some of the drivers who are stranded. This is definitely a huge impact. And actually, if you heard about the blizzard of 1978, Providence recently broke a record of having, I think, 33 inches. So this is actually the highest record since the blizzard of 78. So Providence has the highest record so far this year of the amount of snow they received. And Tuesday, still home again, even though the storm was gone Monday night, it was still risky to drive because the snow is still pretty high and a lot of workers need to still continue to plow the snow. And since yesterday and today, the Waltham Public Schools has been closed because of the snowstorm. But I heard in my town, in Mansfield, the town I work at, the schools will close on Wednesday as a third day of this week because they're still continuing to plow the snow. I believe the southeast region of Massachusetts got the most amount of snow. I think at least 3 feet. It was terrible. Yeah, it wasn't. So yeah, even though it wasn't really my favorite thing, I definitely enjoyed Janelle's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my past couple of weeks and weekends.
Yeah. Okay. So you so how much snow do you guys have to shovel mostly?
Oh, it's a lot. On Sunday, I started shoveling more because I thought it would be okay to drive, but it turned out the next day we got more snow, which doubled up the amount of work. And I knew it wasn't safe to travel. And then I shoveled again Monday night after I finished working, and then Tuesday it started. It was sunny, but on Monday we only needed one of the cars to be out. But at that Monday night, we were so tired and we couldn't finish shoveling because the amount of snow we got. And then today, my mom and I finished shoveling the remaining parts of the snow, and hopefully the roads tonight won't be freezing, so I can safely commute back to work.
Hmm.
So yeah, as of 12 o'clock this past noon, the travel ban in Mansfield has been lifted. So anyone can drive through there. It's just you got to be careful when you drive there, as there are still roads that are not safe to drive in.
So for you specifically, how has it been for you? Cleaning up um the snow.
Oh, it's been really tiring, especially with the amount of snow. I think the major part that I really wanted to focus on was opening up the driveway, and and then at the same time, cleaning up the car was definitely a hassle too. I mean, with at least 2 feet of snow we got, it took longer than we expected to do. And I just remember my arms being aching a lot, especially between shoveling and taking a break. And I really used up the energy to not shovel quickly. But I think the best part about shoveling was I got to exercise, move around, and I it's a nice way to keep my body moving.
Mhm.
But other than that, I don't like shoveling. It just takes time away from me. It takes time away from doing what you want.
And I remember whenever it happened in school, I think we would have days off.
Yep.
And so for people who don't know, in the north, the school would start after Labor Day. And from what I remember, and so it would start in September for in the north, and then in the south it would start during August. That's how know. Then, whenever there's a snow day, it would be a day off, and then it would have to be added on to the last day of school.
Mm-hmm.
But if it goes into summer school, then I think by law or something, they would have to take out a certain section of the student's vacation time and get rid of it.
Mm. Yeah. Now, actually, nowadays in Waltham, they start school in late August, so right before Labor Day. So it changed since I graduated.
And since I left,
Yep.
I,
Now they start school in late August. But when you're a senior at the high school, whenever you get snow days, you don't have to make the additional snow days up. You just leave a couple of days, maybe a month earlier, before the rest of the students at the high school can leave.
Wait, why is that? Why is it that high schoolers can leave
Oh, the
early?
seniors?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's probably because they want to ensure, that they graduate on time, regardless of how many school days that they lost, that they get. I mean, I don't know. It's a strange thing. They don't really push back the high school graduation. I guess I don't. I'm not sure. That's a good question. I should probably ask the principal. Yeah, but so far Waltham has 4 snow days. There's a snowstorm last January, and they got 2 snow days then, and then this week they got additional 2 days.
Mm.
But in Mansfield, I think they're getting 5 snow days when I looked on the website.
Mm. I mean, is I don't know. Is that like that's crazy to me because for people who don't know, I got like Texas had a winter storm where I'm at, and it had like 1 to 2 inches of snow.
Wait, you saw the snow?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you like even go out for a
Oh,
walk?
I thought I told you. Remember last month I told you like there was some snow.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
did you like go out and like play outside?
No, I couldn't really because it was snow and ice.
Oh, okay. There
Yeah.
was a big stretch of snowstorm from Texas to Maine, I think, and it covered the Carolinas too. That was how that was a big stretch. I don't know if it reached Toronto though. I have relatives that live in Toronto, and I don't know if it reached Toronto.
Hmm.
But I think it was Philly. Philly doesn't get snow much, but this snowstorm was one of the biggest ones that they received since 10 years. And I'm surprised that New York State got a lot of snow too. Usually, usually it'll mostly get rain, but they dumped over a foot of snow this week, as well as Philadelphia.
I mean, I mean, yeah, but whatever. It's like the case can be made, like you can't do stupid stuff. You can't do that kind of thing because it's gonna, cause a problem.
Yep.
And I think personally, it's caused a problem when, like for snow, like you can't have that kind of like I don't know, like here in Texas, like we haven't had snow, and you guys get snow. It's like a 1 to 2 feet of snow. You guys can't work properly. People can't go to school on time. It's
Really scary.
yeah, but it's a part of life, really. So
Yeah, there's like a weak polar vortex, like the system which allowed the snow to drop in south part of the south side of the United States, like Texas, even Florida, which is pretty rare. I think Mexico gets one. Some part North Mexico sometimes gets snow. But I'm surprised, like countries like France, Spain, and Italy, they in lower elevations they don't really get snow as much, even though we're a little bit more south than they are.
Mm,
I think it's because of the current in the Atlantic Ocean and the Arctic blast from the north, and when they collide, and that's when they make this snow happen. Yeah, I'm not a fan of snow. I'm just looking forward to summer. I mean, warm weather at this point. But I think we're getting snow again tomorrow. Only 1 inch though. Thank God, it's only 1 inch.
yeah, that's why. Like, yeah. I mean, at least you guys can I mean, at least it's something. At least you guys are cleaning it up.
Yeah, it's not fun cleaning though.
Yeah.
There are some people who like to shovel to make extra money as a side.
Yep. So now for me, I've been so my weekend was like good. I did celebrate my birthday, which was great. I went to Olive Garden.
Yum.
Yeah, and I sent you guys the pictures. Um, and it was really cool. Um, being celebrating my birthday, and I you know, it was cool. I was cleaning up the house still, and I've been suffering a lot from the sleep problems, so that's why I haven't been, like it's been really hard on me
Yeah.
because the sleep it's like pretty bad, and I feel like, time is flying too fast.
Mm,
So that's another problem.
yeah. I don't want to grow old.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, my arms. Arms are like so stiff from all the shoveling.
hmm I mean, like, it really begs the question, like, the sleep problem is so bad.
Wait, what time have you been sleeping last night?
I slept well last night, but, like, there were times where I would stay up all night, and
Mm,
then it would be really bad for me, so,
mm, yeah. Especially like if someone's on technology a lot.
mm,
That's the hard part of falling asleep. Oh my god. I just have like a lost train of thought for some reason.
yeah. Um, so I do want to we should get into some things. One of them being, um, well, the U.S. Winter Olympics, the 2026 Winter Olympics.
Woo. I
Yeah,
haven't paid attention to it as much, but one of our friends, Juju, has been watching it. And
yeah,
fun fact, go ahead.
and I have. I think I know what you're gonna say. Your classmate
Mm-hmm.
is part of the Olympics.
Correct. Yep.
Would tell her about her and what you know about her.
Yep. So I've known her since Stanley school, and we did have classes together. When I first saw her, she was pretty like very easy to talk with. She's very energetic, and she's willing to give out advice. Yeah, so she was really chilling to talk with. And the last time I interacted with her was probably a formal interaction with her was when we had a math support class together. The math class where we took it for Math MCAS. Yeah, that was the last time I formally talked with her, but she was very energetic. I remember hearing her asking lots of questions to the teachers, and she's really like being herself. And the last time I saw her was when we graduate high school, and I haven't heard from her since. But I remember her being at Stanley School when we went to McDevitt together, and then we went to Waltham High the same time. And I'm actually glad that she's doing really well, and she is the star. And I'm actually proud of her, like traveling and being part of the Winter Olympics. And I also saw live videos of her when she was part of the Beijing Winter Olympics 4 years ago.
Mm.
I don't remember what she did, but I did see videos of her participating in that Winter Olympics as well. I kind of feel bad for not watching the Winter Olympics this year, but I told our friends about her, and I guess most of them were really shocked. And I even told Donato's parents and their aunts and uncles about my classmate. I guess they were like shocked about it too for the first time hearing about that.
And the person you're talking about is Julia Kern,
Yes. Yep.
who was actually born in Berkeley, California, but raised in Waltham,
Mm.
Massachusetts.
Yep.
And so for her, started competing back in her first Olympics was in Beijing, 2022, as you were alluding to. But in 2023 and 2025, she won the bronze in sprint skiing, and then in 2025, she won the silver in sprint skiing.
Ooh.
I didn't even know what sprint skiing. Uh, I guess skiing like you're sprinting.
Yeah. I never heard of that thing. That's what I'm assuming too. When I think of spin, I think of it as like going downhill fast or something.
Yeah, and
That's what I'm
how
guessing.
how I know about this was there was cross country skiing I was watching at the 2026 Winter Olympics cross country skiing, the women's 4x 7.5 kilometer relay, and the United States placed in fifth place behind Germany.
Hmm.
So that's how I found out about Julia Kern.
Okay. Yep.
So, and three Nordic or Scandinavian countries placed in the top one was placed in the top three. Norway got first, Sweden got second, and Finland got third.
Yep. This year happening in Italy. I did see one clip of the women's team. They were doing like a skiing thing, and then they like had to jump up many times. I don't know if that's considered the skiing.
Are you which one are you talking about? Sprinsky? Are you talking about like a freestyle?
I don't know. I'm really unfamiliar with the names, but I remember this year. I mean, I when I was at work on a work trip, earlier this month, I saw a clip of. I didn't see Julia in that, and I didn't see Julia in that video, but I remember seeing like Italy against Australia, and I forgot what it was though.
So you're talking about the jumping part.
Yeah, the jump. Yes, the jumping part.
If you're
While they
talking about,
go down the hill.
so if they're going down the hill and then jumping,
Yes,
that's ski jumping.
ski jumping. Yep.
And well, Norway too in the women's, Norway finished first.
Doesn't
So
surprise me.
yeah,
Doesn't surprise
most
me.
yeah, that's interesting. And then most of the European teams finished like the top
First.
team. The top team that got first was Norway, which they got 2 gold, 2 silver, 1 bronze.
Yeah, Norway is actually like pretty close to the Arctic if you think about it.
Yeah, and in this year, the top five is Norway, United States, Netherlands, Italy, then Germany.
Mm,
Germany, they're very good in bobsledding.
yeah, Germany.
Um, oh, ice hockey. I did watch some ice hockey games, and the United States won in both for men and
Really?
women.
Ooh.
And the United States men's ice hockey team won their first gold medal since 1980.
Wow.
Hmm. So,
I kind of wish I watched them. I just didn't do it.
so they had to beat Sweden, Slovakia in order to face Canada.
And did they still win against Canada?
Yes, yes.
Ooh. I think
Two
my
to
relatives in Canada are jealous.
2-1 in overtime. And it was really cool seeing it. And also the woman, what's crazy is the United States women's ice hockey team beat the Canadians women's ice hockey team.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, let's see. What your country is Vietnam, and this year Vietnam did not participate.
Hmm. I mean, Vietnam is a hot country anyway, but there is a mountain that snows a lot. If you're in North Vietnam, there's a lot of snow in the mountains there.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name of the place though, but it does snow up there a lot. Even
Yeah,
though Vietnam is viewed as a tropical country.
yeah. India hasn't won many. They have won 41 medals in the Olympics, but they haven't won much as of like they haven't won any winter Olympic medals.
Oh,
They have only won in the summer.
yep. I mean, I mean, India. I think I know pretty much India is pretty much a tropical country. I mean, unless if you're like in the north part where the not Mount Everest, but that range of mountains are cold.
Mm, yeah, the Himalayas.
Yes, yes. But it's like the rest of the countries is warm.
Oh, Vietnam has 5 medals.
As what? Five what?
5 medals.
Oh, wait for from which Olympics?
They only compete in the Summer Olympics.
Yep. Hmm.
So they have never competed in the winter, and this is because of a lack of investment in competing in the Olympics.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think a lot of people in Vietnam would like the cold weather. And plus, I think Vietnam. I mean, Vietnam is pretty well known for soccer. Yeah, Vietnam is well known for soccer.
Mm, I mean, yeah. I mean, it, yeah. That's why I'm proud of all these teams.
It's like being unique and showing off their talents.
Yes, and for some reason, you may be shocked. Israel got booed
Oh, by who? Was it by the United States?
by everyone when Israel came.
Oh, is it because of the war?
Yeah,
Oh, still ongoing, huh?
yeah,
Israel.
yeah.
Is
So
it real? Just kidding.
Israel, like the participation was controversial because of like what was going on. What's going on in the Middle East.
Yep.
So
Did anyone else get booed besides Israel? Or was it just Israel?
I think Israel and the Palestine Olympic Committee and other critics accused the IOC for applying double standards because Israel was allowed to compete and not Russia. And the IOC stated the situations were not comparable and
Yep.
maintained that Israeli and Palestinian athletes should be able to participate in the Olympic Games.
Israel, I'm surprised. I mean, I'm surprised Russia wasn't selected. I mean, even though Russia's way north and it's usually cold during winter anyway, and it snows a lot there. Excuse
Oh,
me.
and I do have to say this though. So I will say this. Okay, so there was one athlete, that specifically one Israeli athlete. Um, his name is Adamant Jeremy Edelman.
Yep.
Who was actually, get this, born in Boston and grew up in Brookline,
Oh wow.
and he's a modern Orthodox Jew.
Wait, is
Um,
he living in Boston?
I don't know, but so he was educated at MIT and Yale School of Management. Um, And the reason why there was like controversy, because there was a Swiss television commentator that questioned the presence of him due to the context of the war.
Mm. Oh gosh. Even though he's not native.
Yeah, that's the strange part. So Adam Edelman, his, I guess, I, uh, s- uh, sorry if I'm, getting off track here. So, his father, um, he was raised in the greater Boston area. He also attended MIT, and he is a engineer scientist or cardiologist.
Wait, his father?
Yeah, his father, and then Elazer Edelman. His now Adam's brother, older brother is Alex Edelman, who is a stand-up comedian, writer, and actor who goes to New York. His education is New York University.
Oh wow.
So that should say something, you know. Like I don't doubt. Like here's the thing: I'm not gonna say like they're bad people, but I mean, do you think? Let me just raise this question: should countries participate in like a world event despite like a war or something?
That's a good question. I feel like they should be able to participate because no, not all of them in the country are in favor of the war anyway. I mean, the one that usually starts the war is usually the leader or the president. So just because someone, like for an instance, if because people in Israel are wanting to join the Olympics doesn't mean that they're supporting the not all not all of them support the war, and yet they get face these accusations from other people from different countries. How do you know? Kind of like leads to like stereotypes
Yeah.
in a way. I mean, I feel like anyone should be able to participate. I know there's a controversy when Israel got booed, but it's like they're the participants anyway. They're just all they do. They just came there to just to participate. There, I'm pretty sure they're not wanting to start any trouble.
Mm.
I mean, they're just there to just have fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah? So I mean, for stereotypes, like you are representing, I guess.
The team.
Yes, you are, and I guess it's like um. I don't know, like it raises a good question because the Palestinian I don't even know how to word it, so but I don't want to get into a tangent or anything, but for Palestine, anybody should be able to compete regardless of what they've done.
Yes.
So for Palestine, based on what I'm looking at here, I don't know if they've been able to compete in the Olympics.
You mean any of the Olympics? Or are you talking about this with this winter?
Because I just checked and it doesn't appear that it doesn't it doesn't seem like they competed at all.
Hmm. I don't. I wonder how many. What's the population for the Palestinians?
Well, I mean it's got to be millions,
Hmm.
but the thing is it's that like, it doesn't I'm not saying as a bad thing. It's just like they should be able to participate.
Yeah. Or maybe they chose not to do it. Or maybe they just don't have enough funds or something. At least they can like see. At least they can feel something while participating in the Olympics.
Yeah. I mean, the Olympics means something, but in terms of what, yeah, oh, excuse me, what has been happening now, it's not okay. So, I mean, you should be able to participate regardless of what has been happening.
I agree. I think, especially for those who want to participate, maybe they just want to show off their talents. They want to feel something. They're not doing it just to harm anybody, really.
Yeah, so, I mean, uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, and also, I didn't, here's the thing I'll say, I didn't like the fact that I had to watch the Olympics at like like five, six, or seven, 5 or 6. That's not like a good time.
Oh, what? Wait, what did you say?
I had to watch the Olympics at 5 or 6.
Yep. You
As
just felt
that
it was an appropriate time.
it was, yeah, and it was not a good time because like that is, I don't know why that would like, I don't know why that would happen.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I wish I watched the Olympics. I just didn't like put any effort in watching. But there are like certain sports that I like to watch, though. Like if I would have watched the Summer Olympics, I usually like to see people swimming, like swimming, or I think the when I was watching the Summer Olympics in the United Kingdom, there was a race where a lot of bicyclists would ride around London. I think
Hmm. Yeah.
it was so cool. I would think I was in Canada at that time when this happened.
Yeah. So the Olympics that year you're talking about is 2012.
Yes. Yep, I was in Canada at that time.
And the one person, well, what's so strange is it's like,
I
um,
was. God.
I will say, like, the Olympics this year was good. I will say that, but do you have what question would you like to ask
Hmm.
about the Olympics?
Oh God. Would you participate in the Olympics?
I'm not sure. I don't know which sport. I don't know if there's been an athlete that's competed in the winter and summer.
Oh. Hmm. I definitely remember the 2008 Olympics that happened in Beijing. And the one part I remembered was when Michael Phelps was doing the swimming. Was swimming.
Oh
He
yeah.
was like one of the fastest swimmers.
Oh
He was
yeah.
like hailed as one of the fastest swimmers. And I believe I remember one time when I was watching Michael Phelps swimming during the 2012 Olympics, he slowed down because there's water in the goggles that prevented him from swimming fast. But I remember seeing like the cyclists going right, people riding bicycles around London. Oh my god, it's kind of weird. Every time I travel, Like every time when the Olympics happen, I always travel, which is weird.
Yeah, so the interesting part for um you said Michael Phelps.
Yes.
Uh he's only 40 years old.
Yeah, he seemed so young when I back in 2008. He looked a lot younger.
He's considered one of the greatest swimmer of all time.
Yes.
And is often considered to be one of the greatest athletes of all time.
Yeah. I think now Michael like helps coaches kids to learn how to swim, I think. And he is based in Maryland. I mean, he was born, raised in Maryland.
Yep. Well, so the last Olympics he competed in was 2016 in Rio de Janeiro.
Hmm. I think he
And
was going to retire.
yeah, I believe um he retired for good that year
Yes.
because I think I don't know if it's true, people thought he was going to retire after 2012.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. That's what I heard too when I was watching the Olympics. But he decided to continue for the 2020 for the 2016 one. But I think he's a coach now. I think he's a swim coach.
And yeah, so he helps with young children out to practices. He is married to Nicole Johnson,
Hmm.
who is the former Miss California USA pageant.
Yep.
Um, and they have four sons together.
Wow.
Um, and they live in Arizona, where Phelps volunteers alongside um, Bowman as an assistant coach for the Arizona State Sun Devils swim team.
Mm. Wow. Wow, I didn't even know that. I thought he would still live in his home state for some. But yeah, Arizona's a good state to go swimming because it's usually hot. As a matter of fact, one of our friends, Juju, is going to go to Arizona this March. Maybe he could. Maybe she could see him. Maybe I should text her that afterwards, after the show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Michael Phelps. I mean, you have he's like yeah, like I don't think we're ever gonna get like another Michael Phelps ever because that's how much of a good swimmer he was.
Yep. I mean, you never know. Maybe he's teaching someone who might be a better swimmer, faster swimmer, who can swim faster than he could. Learn the secrets.
Yeah, so I mean, so for your question, I would, but I don't know what sport.
Mm.
What sport would okay? What about for you? What sport would you do?
Oh God, there's so many good sports. I would say I would rather participate in a summer one, just because they have more like options for sports. But I think the soccer would be no. No, sorry, not soccer. I would say um like a what's the thing called? Like it's like badminton. like badminton. You know what?
Badminton. Yes. So
Yeah.
badminton has been contested since 19. So it was contested in 1972. Then continuously, it has been contested since 1988.
Yeah. Or another sport I was thinking of doing is, I mean, I could swim. I mean, I don't swim as much, but I could be a swimmer. But the thing I don't want to do is dive from the hot from a top from a very high platform, like hundreds of feet high. That's the part I would never do. But I would swim. But the thing I'm sensitive to is wet floors. I hate wet floors, especially if I'm in a changing room. I hate dealing with wet floors.
I mean, yeah, so for I could do badminton or I can do okay, let's see. I'm going to pick I don't know. I could actually they're introducing flag football.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but in 2028.
Is this the first one ever?
Yes.
Hmm.
Because they couldn't do I think they couldn't do American football or Canadian football or even arena football if they wanted to because it just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. It's a long game. It's pretty much a long game anyway.
For any of those footballs I said. But regardless, it's something that I don't like really. Well, I do like flag football, but at least they're bringing it back.
I heard it's going to be taking place in LA, right? The Summer Olympics.
Summer one, yeah, 2028. I didn't say. Let me move forward. They are introducing, now bringing it back. Baseball, they are gonna bring it back in 2028, and I hope it's a continuous one.
Baseball. Sweet Caroline.
Ba ba ba.
Oh, Babe Ruth.
Yeah. Yeah. The Olympics. I love the Olympics. Yeah. Let's move on to something serious that the United States has been trying to do, and I've been following it up as of recent. Is that the United States wants to attack um 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 what do you think about the United States launching an attack against Iran?
I think it's kind of like the same reason when we were talking about the United States and being involved in the Ukraine, Russia, and Israel and the Middle East. I don't think the United States should be involved. I mean, if they're using the nuclear weapons just to attack the opponents, like Iran, they're using that part of money just to use the nuclear weapon. Why can't the United States think of its people? I mean, look, there's a lot of like people who cannot afford to live or afford to buy products in the United States. How could you help accommodate them instead of using that part of money just to blast the nuclear towards Iran?
Mm,
And what if the missile? What if the nuclear attack impacted the citizens? I mean, I didn't really watch it, but what happens to the citizens if they got affected by the aftermath? And where did they blast the nuclear from again? I forgot. Where were they?
Wait, can you repeat that?
Where did they blast a nuclear weapon while targeting Iran?
No, no, no. So they didn't use a nuclear weapon. So last year, when the U.S. attacked Iran,
Mm-hmm.
they were going after nuclear sites be-
Okay.
because Iran had nuclear sites, and there was a 80% uranium enrichment report, which I believe means the country may or may not have a nuclear bomb. And for the longest time, the Israel doesn't want other countries having it because if another country has it, then it can have a domino effect. Like if Iran has it, Saudi Arabia has, so on and so forth.
Right. Right.
So, and as we both know, Israel has nuclear weapons.
Yes.
Well, most of the world knows it, but it's like the United States, Canada, they don't usually say anything.
Mm.
So, and so the United States, along with Israel, attacked Iranian nuclear sites,
Yep.
thinking it did a good job. Well, it did not because it really just made the situation worse because now because there are protests going on in Iran
Mm-hmm.
and there has been talks of a regime change that the United States and Israel initiating it. And the last thing I would want, Kevin, is like the US to bomb Iran.
Right. Yeah. What if? What would happen to the civilians then if they bombed Iran? Iran. And who would blame then? Who would blame the United States for bombing that Iran?
Uh, who would bomb? Who would blame what? I don't know.
Who would blame the United States for bombing Iran?
Iran. You're saying Iran.
Mm.
Um, I'm not sure. Blaming? Why? Why use the word blaming?
Blame. I'm just saying, like, because when you said something about the domino effect, right? First, this country is involved, bombing, and something else happens, it goes down the chain.
No, no. What I meant by domino effect, it's like if one country has a nuclear weapon, another country maybe is usually going to want another nuclear weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I meant by domino effect. I didn't mean by domino effect as in attacking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So, I mean, are I mean, I at this point, I'm not in favor of the U.S. Going after Iran because honestly, I even though I don't agree with Iran's regime, like if we attack Iran, it's gonna make it worse.
yeah. Can get other countries involved
Right.
supporting Iran. Yeah.
Because the United States is bringing up has been sending out their airspaces, like they have bases in the Middle East,
Yep.
so they're putting their like aircraft, like they're like gonna have to attack Iran, and then Hezbollah and the those terrorist organizations that are funded by Iran, they are
Hmm.
then gonna attack on behalf of Iran against Israel.
Yeah, this is I mean, this is totally a mess. You
And
know, especially
this
the other
is what
countries
they talk.
involved.
This is what they're talking about. World War III. Not
I mean, I
because
heard World War III with Ukraine and Russia first. Now that they're using World War III ideology for this, Iran is real. I
well,
mean,
I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know, Kevin, because it's like it doesn't make it. That the point I'm making is it doesn't make sense. So, like, I don't like. I don't like the fact that we are in wars, but like apparently we are.
I mean,
So, so it doesn't make any sense to me.
I think. Sorry, my mom and my sister are talking, but I think I guess it's like how can United States not be involved in, I guess, take accountability for any further actions. I feel like if the United States is going to continue to do this, right, there's going to be a lot of countries against the United States then while they're supporting Iran, which could, like you said, could lead to World War III. But it's like, how can we prevent World War III?
Well, okay, so how do you prevent World War III? Well, you cannot attack Iran. But the thing is, it's like if Russia and China are backing Iran, and
Yeah.
Iraq is aligning themselves with Iran,
Hmm.
so that becomes another problem because,
Issue. Yeah.
yes, because Iraq and Iran fought in the 1980s and 90s.
Hmm.
So,
You hear my sister in the background?
somewhat,
Sorry.
it's okay. Uh,
Okay.
but I don't know, like, nobody likes it. Nobody wants war or intervention.
Yeah. Especially for the people who are living in Iran, despite the the regime that's happening. I'm assuming that they expect like I'm assuming they want to overthrow the government in.
Yeah, well, so to give context, they have talked about a regime change.
Yep.
Like, so their government is more about theocratic government.
Yeah, and
So,
that's what they don't want, right?
so they have like I guess a parliament. They have a president. I think they have a prime minister. Then you
Mm.
have a supreme leader, and the supreme leader is like the Ayatollah of Iran. So this specific leader has been empowered for 30 plus years,
Mm.
and he has rule over basically everything. He's even more powerful than the president of Iran.
Yep.
So he's a he's the theocratic person, um, government. Like he is the head of the theocratic government of Iran because Iran is an Islamic nation.
It is. Yep.
So ultimately, back in 2025, right before the war, United States and Israel striked, uh, you know, Iran. They were talking about regime change, like a new supreme leader, no supreme leader. Should they be aligned with the United States or be aligned with, Russia and China? Like, should they have a new government? They were talking about all of this stuff, but they had to suspend those talks for in order to defend themselves against the United States and Israel.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Is like the United States involves in so many things, like what's going on with Israel and the Middle East, and still what's going on between Ukraine and Russia. Okay, yeah, I mean, I guess that the United States might is like trying to. It's like they're concerned, but it's like feel like they're going too far in terms of like supplying the weapons, using their means to attack the opposing the countries that they're opposed with. Uh, I don't think it's the issue. I don't think that's the solution because you're gonna involve other countries anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it begs the question, like, the question that becomes, do you get involved? You shouldn't get involved. Like, the main reason why, like, Israel wants us to attack Iran is because Iran supposedly has sent death threats to, has wanted to kill, like, US politicians,
Mm,
and supposedly they have nuclear weapons,
yep.
which
But the thing is, I don't know if it's true. God.
yeah, like, you do raise the question, like, is it true? First of all, the United States, Iran has said death to America, death to Israel, death to the
Yep.
UK. But if you like, not to say that it's good, because saying like death to a nation is never a good thing.
Yes.
It's like, they don't, I think they don't like the fact that Israel is Zionist. I don't think they like the fact that the United States and other countries are supporting it.
But is bombing the answer? Bombing Iran the answer?
No, because if you remember Iraq back in 2003, did it work out? No.
I mean, what are the alternatives to, I guess, resolve a conflict?
I mean, I don't. Yeah, that's a good question, because like, now the main thing is that the United States wants to. The United States does not want Iran to have nuclear weapons, which Iran is saying absolutely not.
But the United States, I don't think the United States can stop it.
Exactly. So
So,
Iran, the United States and Israel are willing, like, Israel has been wanting to destroy Iran completely,
mhm.
but they never had that kind of power to do. Like, they've always wanted to have the US to do it along with them. They tried it last year. It didn't really work out. So now they're going, I think they're going all in this year, so that way it can complete Israel's goal.
Yeah, I think, like, I kind of had a lost train of thought, but it's like, okay, then what does it take for Iran to stop the operation of nuclear weapons then? If the United States cannot, like, find any means to stop Iran from using the nuclear weapons, it's this is a lot of questions. I mean, if we say it, it's like they're not going to listen to us anyway, and that's the problem. Iran's not going to listen to what the United States wants and what Israel wants.
You have a point there.
I mean, Iran has its own country. You can do whatever they want, but it's like I know nuclear weapons going to bring harm to all humankind, especially with what happened during World War II when the United States dropped a bomb in Hiroshima and it wiped out the population quickly. I don't know if it's true, but I think Russia and North Korea get nuclear weapons from Iran, but I could be wrong. However, I could be wrong.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a really complex situation there.
I mean, I mean, I don't know. That's a good That's a good thinking, like, cause it doesn't make sense to me. You're gonna do the same thing in 2000, like in 2003 in Iraq, but make it worse.
Yeah.
But it um, I mean, do you support? Let's say if the U.S. bombs Iran, would you be disappointed? Why or why not?
Yeah, I would be disappointed when if the United States decides to bomb Iraq. You know, first of all, like the bombing could affect the civilian population. Depending on what the size of the bomb is like and how massive it's going to be. And I think another reason is we are now being put in a spot that a lot of countries, there will be several countries that will be against us for bombing Iraq. I mean, you and I would never do such a thing, but it's like they're viewing the United States, blaming the United States leader for making that decision. And I think the problem is like, I mean, United States, Iraq, it's like, I feel like the tensions between them is going to get even worse. Maybe Iraq could find somebody, maybe Iran or any other countries that they are allies with and team up against the United States.
Well, at this current point, Kevin, Iraq may or may not align themselves with Iran.
Mm.
And that's gonna say something because it's like that's gonna be scary.
Yeah, I mean, we're living in this complex world where there are countries that are just battling with one another over like a sensitive issue, like when Israel was saying like it doesn't want Iran to have nuclear weapons, and they asked the United States to destroy the nuclear weapons, but it's like, how can you do it? Or it's definitely gonna be risky doing that.
Hmm.
Or maybe Iran could get a nuclear weapon from somewhere else as a backup if their nuclear weapons got destroyed. It's really tricky. So is it really worth plotting like an attack just to eliminate the usage of nuclear weapons? Because I feel like nuclear weapons, like Iran could get nuclear weapons from somewhere if they have it ready in hand.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, we're both military aged males. We shouldn't have to fight against Iran if that were to happen.
I just don't want to get drafted.
Would you then say no?
Yeah, I would say no. I I don't like condone to like attack to be part of like a war. It's just not my thing. Like I think whenever there's a conflict with one country or another, they should have a talk. I think definitely have a talk. But if they're going to disagree, what's going to happen next? What's the
So,
best thing the United States can do if one country disagrees with everything we say? Sorry with today for some reason. It's been a long day for me.
so yeah, so if you say no to participation in the war, you can get jailed.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I heard. I also heard that too when Ukraine and Russian men were drafted to fight to battle with one another in 2022, and if they refused, then they would be sent to jail. I don't know. It's like a really puzzling thing for me. I mean, the United States, we're a free country. I honestly felt bad for the men who got drafted to fight in Vietnam. Like they weren't properly trained. A lot of them were against the war over this communism ideology.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know why I'm like yawning. I shouldn't be yawning.
yeah. So, I mean, well, I mean, it's a good question you raise because it um it just doesn't make sense because you shouldn't be involved with war, yet you're doing one. That makes no sense.
I mean, the thing is, like, a lot of people feel good when they serve the United States,
Hmm.
but it's like I don't know. I feel like when I think of the word war, I think of having to like put a lot of innocent soldiers down, especially like if they're forced to like follow the rules from the commander or from the leader, and especially if you're not trained or don't want to be involved in the war, it's like you're putting innocent people at risk.
And if you say no for some reason, um that becomes a problem.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like that's the part I don't really like. I mean, I don't know. It's this weird thing. It's like, especially in the United States, like you shouldn't have to be drafted to war, especially in the '60s. It's really confusing. It's like If people don't, if there are people who decide not to join the war, they shouldn't be obligated to. Even if you refuse and then you get jailed for that, that's just nonsense. I bet not a lot of people, a lot of them want to like fight, be part of the war, put a lot of innocent soldiers down over this like disagreement where one country disagrees with another country.
Hmm. Well, yeah, yeah, it's very difficult to say like what can be good.
Yeah,
Like, what for this work? Like, okay, to ask you this, let's say we attack Iran.
yeah,
What do you think how the United States will react and how the world will react to per question?
yeah. I would say if there's a reaction to the United States, I mean, depends on who you're speaking for, but I think the leader would be like they must be happy that if the nuclear weapons got eliminated, but for the other countries, I guess there'll be a lot of chaos and questioning of why the bombing took place. No, why the attack took place, and they may be talks if one could like one country like Iran would ask for other countries for assistance to like seek revenge towards the United States.
Well, hold on. What I'm asking is to just reword it. It's if the United States were to attack Iran, the first part of the question is how would we react to it? And then how would other countries to react to what we did?
I like I said, I think we'll probably be happy.
Well, why would you think we would be happy?
I guess the leader, the American president.
Well, I'm saying the people, not the
Oh,
leader, not the leader.
um, I don't know because everyone's gonna have different thoughts about it. But I think for the other countries, they'll probably be in chaos, confused.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree. I think like for us, we wouldn't want it. We would, I think, say we would be confused because like why did we go to war against Iran
Hmm.
when we didn't even go when we didn't even do anything? And the other part is we didn't do a single thing. And then for the world, it's like it becomes a problem.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, yeah. What is your question?
I don't know if I can think of any other questions, but I would probably ask. This might sound repetitive. How can we eliminate wars, and how can we like help speak the issues towards other countries that we don't like? If we don't like what the other countries are doing, how should we like let them know rather than starting the war? Is there like a better way in letting the country know, like, hey, we shouldn't have any nuclear weapons? How can we like say,
Could you maybe simplify it? I don't understand what you're trying to ask.
okay, what part don't you understand?
Like you're saying, how do we prevent conflicts? And then you're saying like how we should talk with to prevent nuclear weapons? I don't understand.
Okay. How can we resolve us? How can we fix a solution if one country, if there's a disagreement between both countries, if that makes sense?
For this particular war, okay, I mean, you have to. Okay, so the part of the question. So for this question, you have to understand our foreign policy for the Middle East is essentially Israel's because of APAC. So essentially, if we're not going to bomb Iran, that goes against what Israel.
Hmm.
And if Israel doesn't want Iran to have a nuclear program, then essentially the government doesn't want Iran to have a nuclear program. So
Hmm.
to resolve it, I guess we would have to, in a very hard way, ask Iran to say, "You can't." We have. We would have to ask Iran. Excuse me. We would have to ask Iran not to have nuclear weapons, and if Iran says no, which they have done plenty of times, then we cannot bomb them.
It's hard.
I mean, we can't bomb them. That's the issue. Like, and also, we shouldn't be involved. The people shouldn't be drafted.
Yeah. I was gonna say if Iran's gonna have problems in Rojava, that's their problem. They're
Well,
getting they're getting attention.
well, here's the thing, Kevin. Israel has nuclear weapons, and most of the Middle East knows it.
Yeah.
So, effectively, since Israel has it, every country in the Middle East wants it.
Mm.
So, Iran has the program, has, I think, the nuclear capabilities or whatever, but they don't want to give it up because if they give it up, Israel will be the only country in the Middle East to have them.
Mm. Okay.
So, does that answer your question? I
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
because like it's complex, and we're helping Israel.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I mean, yeah. Okay. So you wanted to talk. Okay. So the other thing I do want to ask is, maybe to go on to a different topic, is that oh god, this is going to be another United States one, is that the Epstein files have been declassified.
Hmm.
More Epstein files have been declassified, and apparently it is really bad.
Yep.
This new batch is even worse than the originals because apparently there's so many people linked to Epstein, and then Epstein is then linked to what you call a certain family. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, what Jeffrey Epstein did was not okay.
It
I
was
mean,
evil.
yeah, he should have known better. And
I mean, he has been considered like a what you call a Mossad agent, a CIA agent, and MI like the a British intelligence agent. He had so many passports, so many. He was considered like basically a Mossad agent and CIA,
yep.
also British. So he basically he just did blackmail, and now I like there are so many people implicated. Like the Clintons are Bill and Hillary Clinton are named in the files, You have you're not gonna believe this one. You also have Bill Gates.
Yep.
You have some of the royal family, like some people in the UK are implicated, like are named. Norway has one. Uh, there are many people, and there was so in Norway there was a former prime minister that was named. That former prime minister was arrested and was later hospitalized due to a attempted suicide attempt.
Oh wow. Dang.
Yeah. So many countries in Europe and in the US, well, mainly in Europe, there have been investigations starting up.
Yep. And you said they're just the Epstein files has been declassified.
Well, they need to be fully declassified because they haven't showed the names of like the blacked out stuff.
Mm.
And the thing is, it's like there have been no arrests in the U.S., but a lot of people have resigned in the U.S., which is not okay to me and some other people because, listen, look, the problem is with Jeffrey Epstein is that it is very complex. That is the main problem. It's really complex because of like how connected it is and how connected like the network is, what who he was talking to and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And not all of them committed like sex crimes. And the people who did commit sex crimes should be put on trial. Everyone should be questioned, really.
Yeah, I've heard something about that. I don't remember who it was.
Andrew, there was Prince Andrew.
Oh, I yes, yep. I've heard about that.
And
And then
and
you questioned.
he was questioned. So he wasn't removed from the line of succession yet.
Yeah.
And there's been consideration of it, but he was recently arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And he has been stripped of his medals, his ranks, everything. So, um,
I bet King Charles must be embarrassed and
and angry because here's the thing. This okay, when you have sex crimes, it's not normal. It's just really not normal. This is
right.
like, and the thing is, it's like when you have it to that degree, it is not okay. I do not understand why it happens anyway.
Yeah, it can affect you for the rest of the life.
Yeah,
Um,
and
especially
so
like yeah, especially if you are wanting it to be a teacher, it's going to be really hard to get that job if you have a sex criminal record because they want to make sure you protect children until they found out you were convicted of this crime.
yeah, I mean that is again a good point you raised. But the thing is, it's like I will say, to be honest, like, what do you hope for that happens out of this?
After Jeffrey and Epstein's
Well, okay, let me. The first thing is, do you hope? What do you, for the people who are named in the Epstein files? What do you think should happen to them?
yeah,
Because a lot of people have been asking for them to be investigated, whether they have done something or not.
I think they should. I mean, I definitely want them to take accountability, but I think it'll be very important to like be able to get their side by asking them questions get their side what's going on. How did they name appear in the Jeff Epstein's files, and which could lead others to figure out why they were involved, why they were named in the documents, especially with and figuring out how did they involved in that, what activities did they do, are they involved to try to cover up the truth, or are they trying to figure out what their plans are, or
Mm. Yeah, and on top of that, if there happens to be a crime that they did through investigation, they should also be convicted. That person.
Yep.
And also, the other thing is, what I don't like at all, and I have to say this, is I don't like the fact that I didn't like how Donald Trump handled it, because he said he was going to be transparent, but he
Yeah.
wasn't transparent, and he called this a Democratic hoax.
Hmm. I wasn't listening to what happened, but what did Trump say?
He was calling this a Democratic hoax. He did not want to release it, apparently, and Pam Bondi did not want, who's the Attorney General of the United States
Hmm.
administration currently. They both didn't want to do it because, well, apparently, it would ruin the administration, the reputation of the United States, and it would crash the stock market.
Mm.
And
Okay.
it's like the people wanted this anyway. So Donald Trump released, I think, more files,
Yep.
and so I mean, it's like this is the thing. Like Epstein, here's the thing: he was a Jewish man,
Hmm.
and he went to a school called Dalton School, which and he proved to be like inappropriate around girls,
Mm.
and he was a substitute teacher at that school, which was a girls' school at the time,
Hmm.
and he proved to be like inappropriate with young girls when they said it, and through like eventually throughout time he was doing business and everything. He eventually met at one point Robert Maxwell,
Yep.
who whose daughter is Ghislaine Maxwell. And Robert Maxwell is a British intelligence guy who may have been a Mossad per guy and a KGB guy. So those intelligence connections, go through Robert Maxwell and Ghislaine Maxwell. Currently, Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison. So the thing is, what everyone is on about is Jeffrey Epstein dead? And is dead? And if so, show us the evidence. They released the video footage, but it was apparently edited, and
Oh.
also and the FBI, along with Pam Bondi, the DOJ, the FBI have been adamant that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide, even though there have been declassified documents stating it may have, I'm going to say, may have been a murder or something.
But he died.
Well, that's the okay. That in and itself is a question, Kevin, because he may have been survived.
It's a mystery.
Yeah,
It's
of
like they're trying to hide the truth. I feel like they're trying to hide the truth.
well, they are.
Yeah, it sounds like that to me. And
Yeah,
are they
that
doing this to protect Epstein? Uh,
maybe, Maybe
or maybe they're forced to do it just to.
because, like, if you remember, like with JFK, they covered it up for 60 plus years, and then his brother for 50 plus years.
Hmm.
And I think the reason why the problem is with declassifying like this much is because are you going to arrest people? You have to arrest people.
Right. Yes.
So my
You
thing
just, like,
is
question them.
yeah, exactly, question them. But apparently for the United States, excuse me, they haven't done anything.
Done anything with the Epstein's?
Well, okay, well, they haven't done anything to arrest people.
Mm.
They haven't questioned
The
who,
people
yes.
who are
Well,
linked to
yes, yes,
Epstein. Okay.
yes, yeah. Because Clintons are linked with Epstein.
Wait, both Bill and Hillary?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the Obamas are. I said Bill Gates.
Right. Yes. Yes, you
Stephen
did.
Hawking is named.
Wow. Wait, how many people are linked to him? Do you know?
I
Even
heard.
if they're not even they're not declassified yet.
I
How many?
think over 100.
Wow, it's a lot. A lot of
Mhm.
people.
Now, to keep in mind for the audience and to you, Kevin, not we don't know if all of them have committed a crime. I have to make that abundantly clear because they haven't been investigated yet.
Okay.
Because Andrew, it's very, Prince Andrew,
Right.
however you want to call him, he like it's very clear that he may have committed one.
I saw. Yeah, I saw a video of him like arrested. Like he was seated in the car in the police. There's like a picture of him, and then they're trying to like question him. I mean, I didn't really read the whole article, but I just saw a picture of like the headline, like "What happened to Prince Andrew?" I actually wonder if I hate to call people out if any other British royal family know about this. I'm assuming they know about Prince Andrew, like what happened to Prince Andrew, but didn't maybe they don't know what caused him to do that, or I mean how he became somehow he became involved in it. Either way, it's like it's so I don't know. It's like very complex here. Like,
And disgusting.
well, yeah, especially with Epstein did as a substitute teacher.
Yeah,
Um,
at the Dalton School.
was he? Do you know if Epstein like made any more inappropriate relationships with any other people outside of Dalton
Okay,
that you
so
know of?
no, not that I know of, but I will say very quickly. So he was born in New York.
Okay.
Um, and he has a brother. He has
Hmm.
two older. He has a brother named Mark Epstein
Yep.
who has been very quiet about this and everything.
Yeah.
And so he went to Jeffrey Epstein. Worked as a calculus and mathematics teacher at the Dalton School. Um, so at that time, Donald Barr, who served as the headmaster, usually made weird or unconventional recruitments. So, but it was unclear if he had a direct role in hiring, Epstein.
Hmm.
So, and to give a thing about Donald Barr was that um Donald Barr served in the OSS, and he was a OSS intelligence guy, and he wrote the book Space Relations: A Slightly Gothic Interplanetary Tale, which get this, talks about like disgusting stuff.
Wow. And this happened, and this all happened at Dalton.
Well, so to say it again, Donald Barr was a
Mhm.
headmaster at Dalton School that
Right.
hired Jeffrey Epstein. And
Hmm.
the space relations book I talked about was published in 1973.
Yep.
So Epstein allegedly showed inappropriate behavior toward underage female students, and I do
Hmm.
have to say that the Dalton School was in Manhattan,
Yep.
and at that time, well, um, it's not a only women's school.
Mhm.
It's co-educational, so that's a correction on my end.
Yep.
So, um, Jeffrey Epstein joined Bear Stearns as like a forward trader. He then joined um, the Intercontinental Assets Group, or IAG, which which like um, assisted clients in recovering stolen money from fraudulent brokers and lawyers. Then, during the mid 1980s, this is really important. In London, he met Stephen Hoffenberg, and they met through Douglas Leese, a defense contractor, and John Mitchell, the former U.S. Attorney General.
Yeah.
And then an anonymous source met with Epstein and Leese as early as 1981.
Hmm.
Hoffenberg said in 2020 that he introduced Epstein to Robert Maxwell.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, the guy you were mentioning earlier.
So this is where allegedly, starting in the 1980s, Epstein was like, became like an intelligence asset.
Yep.
Does that make more sense now?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So then Epstein then went to the Towers Financial Corporation, and well, this is gonna sound interesting. The Towers Financial Corporation in 1993, like, essentially closed down due to it being exposed for one of the biggest Ponzi schemes,
Was
and
it
it
involved
is
in
on
that?
what
Was Epstein involved in the spawning?
Ponzi
Oh,
Ponzi.
Ponzi. Oh, okay.
Well, it is unknown if Epstein acquired any stolen funds.
Yeah. So he stole money.
Well, we don't know. That's the thing. We don't know.
Okay.
So effectively, he was what I don't know which raised through the Dalton School to become a powerful man, to be like a like
Teacher.
a he was first a teacher, but because he was a sex criminal, like he
Right.
showed signs of it, and then later on he was convicted of it.
Mm-hmm.
He was recruited like that by Robert Maxwell,
Wow. Oh
and
my
then
God.
Victoria's Secret.
Yes. Oh, yep. I do know that store very well. Yep, I know
Well,
that store.
Leslie Wexner was the former head, I think, of Victoria's Secret,
Yep.
that is currently the head of Bath and Body Works. Well, it turns out that Leslie Wexner is also named in the Epstein files.
Oh, I wonder what she
It's a
became
he.
involved in. Was it
It's
he?
a he.
Leslie.
He may have had a role in giving underage girls to him.
Oh, you mean to him, to not Epstein, but someone else?
Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh my god! Wow. So sounds so.
This is where it gets really bad. Also, like apparently, there have been like this is the issue. There have been many people named, and then like J.P. Morgan.
I heard of
Uh,
that name.
J.P. Morgan was named to the Epstein files. The
Mhm.
banking, the
Yep.
bank was named in there.
Oh, oh, and that's under That's under investigation too, right?
I don't know. Well, okay, according to again, this is I guess Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Oh
well it
my
doesn't
god.
they don't have anything here. I don't
Oh, for
know
J.P. Morgan.
well, JP Morgan and Chase. I don't know why a bank would, be involved.
Unless it is like a bank, unless it is like someone who works there helped Epstein. I mean, that's my guess. Or try to like, um, I don't know if Epstein's. I don't know. I know you mentioned something about blackmailing, right? Do you
Oh,
think
hold
it's?
on. Oh, hold on. So two women back in 2022
Mm-hmm.
accused Epstein uh, of, of sex trafficking, sex crimes, and also sued J.P. Morgan and Deutsche Bank of benefiting and closing their eyes to what Epstein was doing. And then, according to the lawsuits, the banks knew of Epstein's accounts and
Ooh.
to finance it. And then in 2023, it reached class action status, with JP Morgan agreeing to pay $290 million,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had to pay $75 million to the United States Virgin Islands Department of Justice for its alleged facilitation and failure to notify law enforcement.
Oh my gosh.
And their relationship, Epstein and JP Morgan, has, um, I guess, went back for a long time. You see what I mean? How it's complicated, Kevin.
It is. Yeah, I can see that. Do you think Epstein's trying to deceive both the JP Morgan Bank?
Well, at the time, I think he did, but like because like the Epstein files have been released, it's
Right.
honestly disgusting.
I know. Especially what do you know if the Dalton school still exists to this day?
Yeah, it does exist.
Mm.
I don't know why it's still open.
And he's just well known for like um creating an inappropriate relationship with the female students.
Well, yeah, well, he was inappropriate. Well, allegedly. But I don't doubt he will. I mean, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you would like do this. So he was also tied to the Rothschilds,
Sorry, what?
the
Rush? What?
Rothschild family,
Yep.
and it was through David Rockefeller. So
I think I know
he,
him.
so the thing is, to give a quick thing, Epstein was the representative of the Rothschild family because David Rockefeller was too old. Of like it was called the Trilateral Commission,
Yep.
and this was like a prototype World Economic Forum organization where they want digital currencies and those things.
Okay. Yep.
Um, so Roth, the Rothschilds just picked this guy because David Rockefeller was getting too old. So this is how Epstein did all this, and you said about blackmail.
Hmm.
So I think this is what happened
Yeah.
because so he was an intelligence guy. Everyone knows this. What he would do is meet with these people
Yep. The
and would
girl.
get
Well.
underage girls or
Yep.
whoever,
Hmm.
and then in terms of blackmail, as you said, asked if somebody committed a sex crime, there would be video footage or a picture, and then in turn, they may or may not give to Epstein that may be valuable.
I remember
Then,
you said like there
and
was
then,
it was election,
and
right?
then Epstein would then give it to Israel.
Oh my god. I mean, I kind of felt bad. I mean, I know you said allegedly, Epstein maintained an inappropriate relationship with the female students, but if that were the case, what did the girls do? Like, did they report it to someone who hired Epstein? I forgot his name. What was the
Donald,
guy's name that
Donald,
hired?
Donald Barr, I think it was Donald Barr. But you
Did
have to hold on. You have to understand, like the issue with it is it's just again that's the thing. It's complicated.
it is?
So Donald Barr worked there at the time. So are you wondering why didn't this come out sooner?
Yeah, because it's like this seems really suspicious. Like,
Well,
I
okay.
mean,
Well, what is your question then?
I mean, why didn't they investigate the alleged incident with? I'm going to start it with him as with Epstein as a teacher, right? Because you said he was a substitute teacher. So,
Well, a teacher or substitute, however you want to put it.
mhm. I mean, why didn't they like um, interview the girls who I guess who were like? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a better way to answer this question. What could they have done? Why didn't they investigate the alleged incident between Epstein and the female students who he made inappropriate relationships with? I mean, that should have been the first clue, because as a teacher, like you're supposed to help the students.
Not commit sex crimes.
So,
That is a good question. I don't know.
when did he become a teacher? What year?
Well,
Because I'm trying
19
to understand the time periods of.
nine,
I just
September
heard the name many times. I just, huh?
September of 1974 at age 21.
Okay, yeah, so he's pretty young then.
Mhm.
And so, and the female students, I'm assuming they're like maybe 5 years younger than Epstein. I'm
Mhm.
assuming because they were in high school. Do you know if any of those girls were named in his files as victims?
No, I don't think they were
Okay.
because it would so the problem so when it comes to the victims, underage victims, it is mostly from the end date would be 2019 and
Okay.
starting date would have been in the mid 80s or 90s at least.
Okay. Wow. I mean, I honestly felt bad for the girls. They could have like they could have easily spoken up, maybe tell someone, talk about what Epstein did to them, even though this happened in the 70s. So they could like step out and explain, oh, this is what Epstein did to me.
Well, the thing is that in June 1976 Epstein was dismissed.
Yeah, but I mean, could they still like report him though to like the police, to the law enforcement though? Though I mean, I know the '70s is like 50 years ago, but still, like, could they still take action against him that time, even though 50 years has already passed? Saying, "Oh, I was in this classroom 50 years ago, and then for some reason he like touched me or did something inappropriate to me." I
Hmm.
mean, even though it's an alleged incident.
Yeah, and like here's the thing. So the Intercontinental Assets Group Inc. he founded, and he always forged passports. So there
Huh.
was one time he went to this. Okay, well, this was back in the during the 1980s. He possessed a Austrian passport with a false name that showed a Saudi Arabian residence.
That he used.
Yes,
Wow. Forging. Is it he because he's trying to get away from the evade the law or something, or
possibly.
mm,
And this was taught by Robert. I think he learned this from Robert Maxwell and through his shady stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's scary.
because
Like,
like if you um well, and also like the Epstein Island itself, including many of his buildings.
I actually heard about that recently. Um, they were saying like they were doing some investigations on the island or something. I don't know if that's the thing. Trying to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
cover the.
that's the thing. It's the problem is, right, is that you declassify pretty much I think everything you can have if
Mhm.
there's more. But then the question becomes, are you gonna arrest the people who are connected to him, guilty or innocent?
Right,
Uh,
and question them like what they did with Epstein,
and
how you
to
get
the
involved with him,
girls and what
right?
the girls witnessed.
Yeah, it's yeah. I heard about the island before. It's like I think, is it true that he owned a lot of places though? Like, I know he owned an island, but I'm not sure if he owned any other properties or any other landmarks around
Well,
the world.
he did own properties. Like he supposedly owned a property in the UK.
Yep.
That's how you get the Prince Andrew situation,
Right.
along with his victim in Virginia Giuffre, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Yep.
And rest in peace to her. I feel sorry for her. Yeah, because Andrew and Giuffre, there was a civil lawsuit, and
Against Andrew, right?
apparently got settled. But that lawsuit just destroyed Andrew's credibility.
Oh,
And now Andrew, you said he got arrested and everything.
right.
Thank God he got arrested. But to your point, he has a place in the UK, New York. He has his own island. Apparently a ranch in New Mexico.
Wait, where's the island exactly? I didn't really look at it.
Maybe the US Virgin Islands.
Yeah, yep, I think I heard something. Yeah, I've heard something
Yeah,
about it.
that's the thing. It's like he owned a lot of places, and the issue is, I think he would have been charged under the RICO and Mann Acts, kind of like how R. Kelly was.
Yep.
But the issue, and P Diddy. But the thing is, was that if you had to search one home, you had to search every single one of his homes.
Oh, in case if he's like hiding or.
Yeah,
I've heard something.
exactly. And apparently, in one of the declassified documents, he was removing stuff from these places and putting them
Epstein.
in storage units.
Wait, Epstein removed those files, you said? Wow.
No, Epstein was removing stuff from
Hmm.
the island, up
Right.
until 2019, and maybe other places he owned into storage units. And
Kingdom to
apparently,
kingdom.
we don't know where the storage units are. We don't know
Right.
what it contains, and no investigation has been put into it. So
And we don't know where
all
he is.
yes, we don't know if he's dead or alive. Now here's the thing: the dead problem is, did he commit suicide or did he was he murdered?
Right.
And the FBI and the DOJ, it says, oh, he committed suicide by hanging himself. Well,
We
when they
don't know.
released the video footage, it was edited. We don't know what happened.
Right.
And now, if he's alive, I
I
mean,
think he's probably hiding. If he's alive, he's probably hiding somewhere
yeah,
where no one can find him.
I
And
mean,
has he changed his name many times before? I know you said you were talking about like him using fake passwords, but was there ever any instance where he would change his name to hide his identity? You know, like would he make up his name
when it comes to passports and stuff, yes, I don't know.
if you
And
you don't know if he like verbally creates his own name or like make up a name or something? This might be a silly question, and I don't know if there's ever an instance where he would dress up as someone else. I don't know. That's a stupid question. I
possibly,
guess.
I mean, a sex criminal could do anything.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, there's, okay, you have the sex criminal part, but
Right.
apparently in the Epstein files, I haven't looked at them, but I've heard of, like, blood drinking,
Hmm.
cannibalism,
Ooh. Oh,
and
ill.
other things. Like, part of satanic stuff. This is where the blackmail comes in. If they do something bad, you blackmail them in order to get something from them.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's. I don't know. I feel like it's unbelievable what Epstein did or is doing if he's still alive. I mean,
How long have you known the Epstein stuff out of curiosity?
I'm not really familiar. I mean, I've heard his name probably a year or two ago, or maybe during 2019. I
Yeah,
mean, I didn't really know who he was. I just heard the name somewhere, and I'm like, okay, who's Epstein? And then when you brought the topic up, I'm like, I'm curious myself. And then I've seen like Facebook videos. There's like a Facebook meme saying like, you know, I saw videos saying there's usually a lot of guards walking on the island to make sure no one goes in the buildings or on remains on the island. I don't know, there's a video, I don't know, there's a Facebook video about it on how to like how someone can know what's on the island, the Epstein Island. And then I guess there are a lot of guards walking around the island to make sure no one lands on the island as a way to like hide so they can protect the files from being discovered. Fake guards. I wonder if Epstein pays them.
yeah, and so for Epstein, in the Epstein files, there have been celebrities being named,
Wait, who?
politicians named, um,
Do you know who?
like, well,
I mean,
okay,
oh, I mean the celebrities. I mean, sorry.
what?
I know you mentioned like you mentioned the names of the politicians, but do you know any celebrities who were named in the Epstein files?
Bill Gates. Does Bill Gates count as a celebrity?
I don't know. I know the name. I just don't know if he's considered one of them. Let me actually check. Well, he's a businessman, so probably not. I don't think he. Oh, I don't know. It says he's an author. He's an entrepreneur, investor. I don't think he's an actor. To be honest, he's a celebrity.
Yeah, but yeah, Bill Gates' his name. I already said that. Um, Peter Elon. Well, um, Ehud Barak.
I don't know
Um,
that.
um, I already said like there are many people named.
hmm I mean, I can imagine a lot of people must be out in UK or outraged with Prince William, who was named the in the files. I mean, I gotta do some more research. Now you brought the Epstein files. I'm curious, even curious myself, to see what else he did. I mean, he's doing a lot of crazy things. I mean, I can imagine him committing a lot of frauds. Maybe Epstein create a lot of frauds,
Yeah, it's
gaining financially without
yeah,
actually like being entitled to. He's a mysterious guy.
yeah, and this just tells me like this is not okay. Like he was part of that. He's linked with the Rothschilds,
Hmm.
which I'll tell you, the Rothschilds helped create Israel.
Wow, the country Israel.
Yeah, because of there was one Rothschild that bought up lands in the Ottoman Palestine region
Yep.
for Israel's settlements, and then Walter Rothschild at the Balfour Declaration, and that basically said that, which then later said that the British Mandate, and the British Mandate was for Palestine, for Jews to go over to the Ottoman Palestine region to, do settlements, and the British should help them out and
Mhm.
everything.
Oh, and that's yeah. Wow. I don't know. This is like to me, it's like this is like the tricky scheme here.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't know. Based on what you said about Epstein, like
he
he's
should,
like very tricky to deal with. Like,
and he is evil.
do you know? Another question. I think you may have said this. Um how many victims did he like sexually assault or whatever?
That is a good question. I believe there may have been tens or hundreds.
Mm,
One
wow.
of them, I said, was her
Dalton.
Virginia Goffrey, who
Yep.
who sadly passed away last year,
Yep.
and she has a memoir that was published later that year. The first one, uh, I don't. The first one to make a criminal complaint, I I don't I I don't know the name exactly. I forgot the name,
Okay. No worries.
but it's a she. I think she sued the person, the FBI certain sued because they neglected the investigation.
Hmm. Do you know if the FBI worked with Epstein before?
That is a question. I don't know.
I know I have so many questions about this because I'm curious myself to really see what's going on. I mean, it's been viral for such a while, for quite a while now, and we still don't know what happened to him to this day. Um, I mean, you never know if he's in your town or my town, or if he's hiding somewhere, or. But from the '70s all the way to like recently, oh my god, like 40 years, 40 something years of suspicious activities, and yet he's like not been captured. Wait, has he been arrested before? Epstein?
Okay, good question. He was convicted. So the first criminal case, he was convicted. So he was arrested by Palm Beach police
Mm-hmm.
on state charges. But the way I understand, he pled one count. He was sentenced to 18 months in prison and
Yep.
registered as a sex offender. And as
Right.
part of the deal, he had to pay restitution to 3 dozen victims identified by the FBI.
Mm-hmm. And that's when he got released.
Yes, after 18 months.
Wow.
And then the problem is that he had a second set of criminal charges in 2019, but it ended due to Epstein dying, however you want to put it. Then in France, he also had one, uh,
Wow.
but the person that was linked to him, which is Jean-Luc Brunel,
Mm-hmm.
was a French model scout and alleged sex trafficker.
Right.
He died in his cell on February 19th, 2022, and he is considered a co-conspirator of Epstein.
Oh, that's even scary too. Do you know how long Jean or Jean has known Epstein for, or been maintaining contact with him for? Do you know?
1980s.
Wow. And you said he's from France,
Yeah,
Jean?
so if you get this, in the 80s, 90s,
Yes.
Epstein met these people, powerful people. And
Yes.
in the 2000s, like the Clintons and Obamas,
Right.
like a bunch of people. So I don't know. It begs a question, like why didn't the government do something? Oh wait, he was an intelligence guy.
Mm, that's hard. Like, how can Epstein be stepped that time? Like, even if he knew he committed crimes. I don't know. I feel like this is such a
Oh,
like.
so I now have the name now. Maria Farmer,
Mhm.
who is a visual artist.
Yep.
Um, she was the first one in 1996 at the age of 26. She provided the first criminal complaint to the New York City Police Department and the FBI about the conduct of financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Mhm.
Um, uh, and she and her sister talked about experiences by Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell to a journalist at Vanity Fair
Yep.
in 2002, but the publication failed to include them in their
What?
accounts, and an event was later corroborated by the journalist.
Wow, they excluded the. I don't know, why would I wonder why they excluded the victims?
Yeah, so
That's
then
sketchy there.
okay, so then in 2025, this is where she then filed a lawsuit in the U.S. District for the District of Columbia against the federal government, accusing the Justice Department, U.S. Attorney's offices, the FBI of negligence and the negligent infliction of emotional distress for failing to protect her and other victims of Epstein.
Wow. Do you know if they got awarded the damages?
So that case is still ongoing, I think.
Okay.
But this is. I think you have many questions. How many?
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay, you can ask them.
Oh my god. Because I heard the name Epstein so many times. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Um, as far as Epstein, I know you probably don't know where he is, but where do you think? Actually, this is wrong question to ask. Do you know any location he's associated with, like which states and which country he's associated with recently?
So
Or before
far,
2019? Huh?
so far,
So far, yes. That you
out of
know.
the, okay, so the U.S. and the UK,
Right.
the
France.
UAE, France, Saudi Arabia, Norway, because there was the princess of Norway and a former prime minister of Norway.
Hmm.
I believe.
Does he know for Canada?
Okay. Okay. Name. Okay. This is where. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So are you? So you're asking Are you at? So you're asking countries. It's like.
Or
It's probably more than 5 or 10.
hmm how about any other states? I know you said he's from New York, but do you know any other states that he's associated with?
States.
Yeah, I know that sounds like a random question.
New York is one of them. I believe
Right.
Florida. New Mexico is one of them.
This island off of U.S. Virgin,
Yes.
because he has not because there's an island there.
Yes. It doesn't, make any sense.
Yeah, I feel like his scheme. I think he's probably worse than James White Bulgy. I don't know if you know the guy.
Who is he?
He James Bulgy. Let me see. Um, Bul- um let me see. Uh, James Whitey Bulger. Um, he. I'm trying to see. I forgot. Whitey Bulger. I don't know if you know him. I've heard that name many times. Uh-oh. He. I guess he's kind of like in a similar situation, but it's mostly like about like murder, extortions, conspiracy to money laundering. Oh my god! I think James Whitey Bulger is worse than Epstein in terms of like because he's known for murdering people, but for Epstein's more of like sex criminals.
Yeah. Like, he knew so many people, and
Wow.
all of this stuff. It's like, that is fucking disgusting.
Mm. I don't know. If I see him, I would be like, I'll call the police. Oh, he's here. He's harassing me. Well, I mean, I'm not saying he's doing it, but I'm just saying if that were the case. But he knew what he did.
So, okay, so here are the countries. You ready?
Yes.
Australia,
Okay.
Bahamas, Belarus, Canada, uh, China, Colombia, Croatia, Cuba, France, Germany, India, Ireland, Israel, of course,
Right. Yep.
Italy, Japan, Mongolia, Norway, Poland, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Slovakia, Slovenia, South Africa, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, the United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, United States Virgin Islands, Vatican City, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe.
Wow. So majority of
So,
them are from Europe.
yeah, so for a country like Russia,
Yep.
And China, Jeffrey Epstein, I don't think went there, but he was talking about it in the Epstein files. So he went to France. He went to went to certain countries like United States, UK, many countries, but like Russia, I don't think he would have gotten in. And
Right. Oh, is it
Belarus,
because of the he needed like a passport, like a visa or something, or?
no, because I think the Russians would have obviously quickly identified him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
They're
he
very good spies.
Yeah, Russia has very good spies, and the KGB, back during the USSR days, have always been against the CIA.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I get it. I get why. Yep.
If you remember during the Cold War, that's what happened. So
Yes.
I
Yep.
think Jeffrey Epstein. I no, okay. Here's the thing.
Intelligence.
Yes. Now here's the thing. He may have had intelligence with these countries I read out, including the Vatican City,
Hmm.
but it begs the question: which countries did he go to?
Oh, okay. The country you just listed, he's just associated with them. You just don't know if which other countries he went to.
Other than the United States and the UK.
Okay.
Because I don't know other countries because he had an Austrian passport with a Saudi Arabian residence.
All right. Wait. So how did he? Oh, yeah. So he went to UK and then United States. That's it. That you know.
Yeah, that I know.
Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, I feel like there's something sketchy. He's suspicious. Do you know if Jeffrey let me see. Do you know any other crimes that he may have committed besides um any other criminal charges that he was brought
Blackmail.
besides the ones that you listed? Besides the ones you
Blackmail.
told me?
Well, blackmail.
Blackmail. Okay.
Blackmail counts. Um, Maybe cannibalism.
Wow, I didn't know he committed cannibalism
Well,
charge.
he may not have been the one who did it, but other people were doing it. It's like and drinking blood.
Ew. Who would
I
drink blood?
I don't know why. It's like somehow demonic and satanic.
I know. I can.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I was gonna
understand
say
that? Like,
that.
okay, and I know we're going over time here, but like, let me preface this to the audience.
Yeah.
If you want to believe it, that's fine. You can, but we need to investigate everybody.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, you gotta do some research, do some investigation. It's like, how do you know if this is true, or get the context of what happened, that so that we know so far,
Okay, let me ask you
because we
this.
don't know. Go ahead.
Well, let me ask you this then. Would you mind if a person agreed with everything in the Epstein files?
Oh, sorry. What was the question? I want to make sure I understand this.
How would you feel if somebody agreed with everything in the Epstein files?
I don't know. I What if some of the files that he has a lie? Like, here's the thing. Like,
Or or yeah, and that's a fair point question because we don't know. A lot of people are questioning, is he
I feel like
dead?
he lies about everything.
Is he alive?
Yeah, I feel like Epstein lies a lot. He lies, like, especially he lied. He's a liar, especially with the fake passport he made with using a name and a picture of someone else. Like, he's dishonest.
Hmm.
And then I think the question that you said, like, why didn't they do anything until, like, up to recently? Like, I remember when you were mentioning that he got arrested for a criminal charge. I forgot what you were saying, but it's like he should be, like, charged for blackmailing, like,
In
any other crimes
2000,
that he's been associated with.
well, it began in like 2006, whatever.
Yeah, wow, like, way after the 80s, and that it's that long.
Yeah, and it's like scary.
Hmm. And I know this will be my one of my last questions because I want to go overboard. But do you know? Have you heard anyone, like, stepping foot on the Epstein Island?
I don't know. Let's just say, Kevin, that the people were connected to him
Yes.
may or may not have, like, been to the island.
Hmm. Mysterious Island.
Yeah, I mean, what would you want to say to the people who are interested in these files?
Yeah, I would say, if you want to really know what's going on, I think you got to do some research. It's like, here's the thing, not everything's going to be, like, 100% accurate. As I know you mentioned that there's been several files that have been declassified, but it's like, is it really true? Are the files that actually true? And like you said, we don't know where Epstein is. Maybe he's hiding. Maybe he's dead. God knows what he's doing. So I would say, I would do some research. Maybe reach out to, like, CIA or someone like intelligence to get some basic knowledge of Epstein's past, what happened to him in the past that they know so far, because it's really unpredictable, because they don't know what Epstein's doing right now. And I'm surprised, like, there's a video that's been edited. Do you know who edited the video? When
I
someone
don't
who
know.
you still don't know. I feel like these are a lot of good questions. It's just like we do not know the answer, and that's the thing. It's like, I bet everyone wants to know where he is, what's going on, but it's like, are the videos that are being edited true, or are the videos being time stamped differently? You never know. Man, Honestly,
And
feel bad for the women who were the victims.
and don't believe, and also don't say that everyone is guilty.
Yeah, and like they're still, yeah, like you said, they're still in the midst of like investigating. So just because there's a name on the files doesn't mean that they're automatically guilty. Maybe Epstein would purposely add their name to like
Or
frame them.
not at them. Like if you, the thing is, it's like if you meet someone, that doesn't mean you're guilty.
Right. So we don't know. It's like there's got to be some investigation for what's how they gone somehow how they got involved. How their names were added in the files. Is it actually true?
Yeah.
It is scary, and I mean, 100 people's name being on the file. Oh my gosh! Especially when he started to scheme in like in the late '70s and '80s. I don't know how he like was able to somehow get away with doing what he did, even though he's been arrested at least a couple times. I don't know. You just gotta like. I mean, you're anytime you deal with someone, you gotta be careful. I think that main line is like you gotta be careful who you're dealing with. Um, Sometimes they can take advantage of you. Sometimes they can manipulate you to do something that you're against. You just gotta be careful in what you're doing. Don't always trust people.
Yeah, and also investigate the files. Um, and don't if you see a person named in the files, let me be clear, Kevin. Have I said the people I've named guilty or innocent?
Yep, just don't assume anyone's guilty. So
Well,
no,
have I said that? Have I said that?
no, no.
Exactly. And you haven't said that either. So anybody who's
Because
named,
we don't know.
yeah, we don't know. Even though you could name the links, like
Right?
for example, I will say for the Dalton School,
Yes.
like the Dalton School, like the Clintons,
Hmm.
Obama's Donald Trump. Donald Trump is very connected to Epstein. But the
Oh
thing
yeah,
is,
yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
but we don't exactly know what actually went down. And also for the Clintons, like they had three or the Clinton Global Initiative, the Clinton Foundation, the Clinton Library. It was
Yep.
all funded through Epstein by the Rothschild family. Because remember how I said
It's
Epstein
real.
was a Rothschild representative. The other
Yes.
thing is Epstein also worked for the Rothschilds and Rockefellers.
Oh, Rockefeller Center, New York.
No, not exactly. I
Oh,
mean,
I've
no.
been inside Rockefeller Center, New York.
Uh, I mean,
They do have beautiful views of New York City.
mm,
Um, yeah. Wow, Rockefellers.
I mean, the best way I could put it is um, that I don't know. It's a hard one, and it's like the people who are like you shouldn't assume people. That's the thing. You shouldn't
Mm.
people guilty or innocent. But I think like for someone like Andrew, you're
Mm.
gonna say he's guilty anyway.
Right. I mean, he was abducted by the police, and I saw pictures of him inside the police car on Facebook and on the news. I don't know if you saw the pictures.
Yeah, I did, and Yeah, I did. And well, he worked for the Rockefeller University and Rothschild Group.
Yep.
That's that is very scary. So yeah. Um, I mean, it's like, what do you do from here? You investigate. Don't say everyone is guilty and innocent.
Right.
Evan, you didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Nope.
So if like somebody wants to come after us, please don't. For the love of God, please don't. And it's like it's not okay. So yeah. I mean, is there anything? Well, I mean, what do you have to say for this? Because this is evil. This is so evil.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you gotta be careful with what you're doing, especially you gotta like this is my saying by my chemistry teacher saying, "Oh, you gotta think before you act." So, in this case, Epstein should have been more like professional, like not maintaining inappropriate relationship with the female students. That's number one thing. But it's like, I mean, transparency. It's like you got. It's important to be transparent about who you are. You don't want to like come out as like a total stranger, especially like when you said he created a fake passport.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he could have committed like he could have been arrested for like forgery. Maybe I think it's probably like a federal. I don't know if it's a federal charge because he used someone's picture and he. You know how you lie to the police, you give them your false name. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's a similar charge. If it's like a similar charge when you falsify your name in front of the police officers. If it's similar to like falsifying your passport info and using someone else's picture on the passport.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know. It is a crime. I just don't know what level though. What level would
Also,
be for the when creating a fake passport using someone else's name and someone else's picture?
also, it's fucking disgusting.
I know. I'm sorry. I am sorry to the victims who were affected by this scheme.
And the victims that have died.
Yes, and
So,
I just hope that it doesn't happen to anyone else. There's no one like Epstein, you know, taking advantage of people, innocent people,
yeah, it's like kind
financially
of
and sexually.
the thing is, it's like because he is Mossad and
Hmm.
intelligence asset, it may take a while. But the fact that
Right.
at least Trump did something right by declassifying.
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe, okay, I do want to end on a positive note.
Hmm.
Kevin, is there
Yes.
anything positive you would like to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say like I am looking forward to the summer, the spring. I mean, actually, I forgot to mention what I did this couple weeks ago, but there was the Lunar New Year that the Lunar New Year. There, I celebrate the Lunar New Year. Even though I was working, I was able to continue to celebrate. And I think on Saturday I'm actually working, and I don't know. There may be a good chance I'm one of our friends, might want to watch a movie. So there's a movie on March 6th that may come out that I'm not sure if he wants to watch. And I mean, I'm glad that the snow's starting to melt a little bit for tomorrow, so I can safely commute to work because I miss my coworkers. And yeah, it felt really strange not seeing my coworkers since last Friday. So And I'm just glad that the snowstorm's gone. We are actually getting 1 inch of snow tomorrow, but it's not going to be, at least it's not that significant. It's going to be, at least when I arrive at the office at 7:30 in the morning, it'll start snowing then. So thankfully that's the case. How about you? Anything for you? Anything positive that you want to say? I think you're muted.
Sorry if I'm muted. Yeah. So, it's because I guess glitched, and
No.
then
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah, that became a problem. So, um, I've been watching, like, paying attention to more wrestling, which is
Oh,
something.
nice.
So this Saturday is it's going to be WWE Elimination Chamber event in Chicago.
Oh wow. WWE. Oh, I forgot to mention this upcoming Thursday will be the last bowling session that I'll be participating in. But I remember on the week of February 14th, on Valentine's, my friend Vay and I, this was unplanned. So when I went to bowling on uh, on Thursday before Valentine's Day, I was wearing a green shirt and I was wearing dark pants. And by the time I got to the bowling area, I saw Vinny wearing a green shirt and a black pants. And then that's when I was telling his mom, saying, "Hey, can we take a selfie, take a group pic, like a picture together, because we wore the same colors."
Hmm.
I was like, that was unplanned. I didn't even know he's gonna wear green shirt and black pants. But I wore the black pants, the that special black pants. It'll be more comfortable for me to wear while bowling. Maybe Vinny and I could wear the same colors again. We'll see. I'll probably dress up more like fancy though, more professional because I work in an office, and most people and there probably half of my coworkers are dressed up, but some of them wear casual clothes. Most of the managers that I see wear casual, but most of the contractors decide to wear like professionals. I usually
Right.
dress up professional
Mm, that's
for some
nice.
reason. Yeah.
Um, and also, it's cool. Yeah. Yeah. So I think, like, the thing is, so do you want to end on a positive note?
Yep.
I um So I don't know how to title this section, but do have to say that I actually want to mention this as the final topic because I found this out about Waltham.
Oh, tell me.
They're actually redeveloping West Waltham.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about by where Market Basket is?
I guess so. I put it. Um, Let me send you on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at that.
So for
Yeah, I feel like West Waltham. It's all like, when I think of West Waltham, it's like there's a lot of like corporate offices there, like big tech offices. Let me see. Waltham Times. I actually have a friend who works for the Waltham Times, which is really cool. Let me actually look at this. You still want to find time to go back to Waltham, huh? Yeah, I'll probably read this later. But yeah, if you think about it, most people in Waltham tend to live on the east, kind of like towards the east side. There are some hotels and maybe a few apartment complexes in West Waltham, but the majority of them would live on the east side. Usually, I feel like the south side would probably be the busiest, especially with Moody Street, because Moody Street has a lot of restaurants and stores. Main Street, but I feel like the majority of our friends live on the east side of Waltham. But I think East Waltham is really more expensive than, especially with going on here. Yeah, to be honest, I feel like East Waltham is probably the busiest and probably the most livable space. But zonings, BXP, phase by phase. Yeah, I feel like it'll be easier to like develop the West Waltham because the West Waltham's all like offices from what I know. Do you remember when you were in Waltham? Do you know the street called Bear Hill Road? I don't know if you remember the street, Bear Hill Road. Yeah, it's really cool to see the.
So West Waltham redevelopment? That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people in Waltham live on towards the east side. I mean, I technically live on the northwest part of Waltham, but west it's like corporate tech offices. There feel like warehouses there, like Costco's the big superstore, and there's Home Depot on the west side of Waltham, where Josh works. And at one point, there was Uno's restaurant in Waltham, but Uno's was replaced by this storage unit place. I used to go to that Uno's place in Waltham to buy buy mozzarella sticks. Yeah, there's not much livable space, but there are some hotels. There are hotels on the west side of Waltham.
Hmm. Yeah, so do you
Sorry, what is it?
yeah, so the West Waltham, are you happy it's getting redeveloped?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's long. It's like long time. West Waltham's due for a redevelopment. I actually had a talk with Nick actually last year when we were hanging out, and he was talking about West Waltham, and he was suggesting, oh, there should be livable space in West Waltham. I was at Donald's house that time when Nick and I were talking about it, and he was saying he was wondering like why West Waltham has a lot of offices and how can we make it into like a livable space for the residents because the majority of their residents are living in the east side, and I feel like the west side's pretty like wasted. So if you know Prospect Hill, most of them would live on the east side of Prospect Hill.
Ah.
You know, and beyond that, Interstate 95, where Interstate I-95 is in Waltham, there's the majority of that area is a lot of offices. There's a Brigham's Hospital. There is Costco's and Home Depot. So yeah, usually like anywhere past that Prospect Hill on the west side's all like tech offices and corporate offices.
Do
Maybe
you
I should
see,
you should do like I should do a driving tour with you in Waltham so you can see. Oh, I remember this site.
so do
I
you
know.
think so do you, just to clarify, do you think this development of West Waltham is good or bad?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be good because I feel like, especially with the population that's growing, and I feel like in East Waltham it's pretty packed to live in East Waltham. I think it'll be really beneficial to add houses and other like living spaces in West Waltham. But it's like if they want to go to Waltham Common, how can they get to the Waltham Common? There is a bus route on Bear Hill Road, and how long is it going to take to commute to the city hall or the common if they want to see fireworks? Because usually in Central Waltham, there's like East Waltham, there's like a lot of things to do there. West Waltham's like offices, but I think it'll be really cool. It'll still be manageable for for Waltham to add residences to accommodate the residents living in Waltham to like live comfortably. Especially like if some of the buildings are no longer usable. I mean,
Hmm.
the first thing they could do is they could build like residential spaces along Bear Hill Road because that's one of the main roads in West Waltham that takes you from Main Street to like somewhere in part of North Waltham, not Chappelle Road, but that is a road that can take you to Costco's or Home Depot.
Hmm.
You know, yeah, I think it'll be really cool. But I think is West Waltham like very interesting to like. What's interesting in West Waltham to see? Because I feel like East Waltham has a lot of things to do in East Waltham as far as like doing social activities, and West Waltham's like business, like office business, that kind of thing, office parks. Not so much excitement there unless if you like offices. Before Market Basket was developed in 2014, it was a it was like I don't know if it was a power plant or no, or like this. I don't know what it was used for though. It was used for something before it transformed to like this Market Basket Plaza there. It was like a wasted space, wasted land there. And they decided to add Market Basket to accommodate, people who live near Prospect Hill to go food shopping if they don't want to go to Hannaford's or Shaw's or Star Market on the east side of Waltham.
Ah,
Yeah. It's really cool to go back in the times.
for a good reason. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so West Waltham, I'm proud that yes, redevelopment is coming.
Yes, that's what we need. Yeah, make West Waltham very exciting. And there's a hospital there too. I think, like I said, Mass General Hospital, Brigham Hospital. I forgot what it was. If they need to stop by, they can just go to that building. We're now in time to drive from the east to the west side.
And this is for the Bay Colony neighborhood. It's like Win Win Winter Street,
Winter Street. Yep.
and then old Conant Road. Is that how you say
Let
it?
me let me let me see. So you said Winter Street and what?
Old Con Okay, Old Conant Road.
Oh, where is that? Where's street? Where's that street?
It's like you have Winter Street south, and then Old. Uh, I don't even know how to say the other road name.
Oh, no, not Second Avenue, right?
No, it's Old Conant Road.
Oh, I don't know where that street is.
It says it's like it's north of Winter Road, but I
Winter
don't know how to.
Road.
I don't even know how to say it. That's the thing. And
Oh,
well,
I don't know. Winter Street, north of Winter Street. Cedarcroft? No, not Cedarcroft. No. Oh, I don't know.
oh, it's called Old County Road.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Is that near the office?
Old.
Oh yeah, Oak County Road. Yep, I see it. I don't go to that area as often,
I
but
think
near there it is.
I mispronounced it. That's my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. But yeah, there are office buildings on that side too. There's a reservoir nearby. You just can't fish there. Go out fishing over there.
Mm, yeah.
Market Basket. Wow, that's a pretty good conversation tonight.
Yeah. Is there anything you would like to say for this?
Yeah, I was gonna say thanks to everyone for listening to this episode. I know we've talked a lot, especially with you know, I know we talked about the Olympics, we talked about the Epstein files, and we talked about yeah, and then what was the other topic? I got sidetracked.
U.S. Well,
Winter
yeah.
Olympics.
Winter Olympics. Congratulations to all teams,
Yep,
especially yep. You all did your
and
best. And then for Iran, please do not strike Iran. Well,
yeah, and then for Epstein's, do
files.
some more research.
Yep. And and then for the victims, do not attack them.
Nope.
Then West Waltham. What do you have to say for West Waltham?
Let's make the redevelopment happen. We need more space for the residents to live comfortably in West Waltham. Maybe for some, maybe like remove some of the old buildings that are not usable anymore and make it some areas there like a livable space. I wonder who, yeah, make it. How can you make it that area exciting?
Do you live near that area or do you live more north?
I mean, I live more north. There's a reservoir. So
Hmm.
on the opposite side reservoir, it's the west side. That's where a lot of offices are, corporate offices are. But I
Cambridge
live up north.
Reservoir. There's
What's that?
Cambridge. Yep, Cambridge Reservoir. You
Yep.
live north of Cambridge Reservoir?
Yes. Yep.
Ah, okay.
There's a highway, Interstate 95, that goes from Maine all the way to Florida. It's actually the main one of the major highways, major north to south highway on the east side of the United States. Actually, if you know that. I've driven on it in North Carolina and Florida before,
Hmm.
and Connecticut and Rhode Island and New Hampshire and Maine. Yep, very well, very popular known highway.
Yeah, so what are your final statements?
Yeah, I was gonna say overall, you gotta. I was gonna say like, especially with, I was gonna say, God bless all the participants for the Winter Olympics. Especially shout out to my classmate Julia Kern for participating. And as far as the war with Iran, it's Iran. Please, there's got to be a better way to resolve a solution, not just attacking Iran. And for Epstein, you got to like do some research. Don't jump to conclusions that everyone's a is guilty just because they're named in the Epstein files. Yeah, so I was going to say it's a really productive topic tonight.
Yeah, yeah. Count it up. So, thank you guys so much for listening to this important episode. Next time we will talk in March. We'll decide when, and we'll let you know the topic. Hopefully, some people come.
Yep, the
Yeah,
more the
because
merrier.
yeah, you're right. It is February 24th, 2026, 8:48 p.m. my time, and it's episode 74
84, right?
of the Number by Number podcast. Yeah, February 26th, 2026, and we will see all. Wait, February 24th. Sorry. Oh
Yeah, today's
God,
February 20.
I put true. I said 226, 26. Oh my God.
I think I must have said it too. Unless if we put it on February 26th.
Yeah, but we can't do that. So, guys, today is not February 26th, which would be on a Thursday. Today's February 24th, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yeah. My apologies.
No, you're good. Mistakes happen.
Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
not offended by it, at least.
yeah. Anything you want to say?
I was gonna say again. Thank you for listening, and and I'm looking forward to the next episode soon, and hopefully more joiners can come.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone else. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.